thing about Joni that really inspires me and is her ability not only to connect to people, but to keep those connections. If you look at the 30 years that Joni's been here, and even before that, her college roommates from Central Michigan. Fire up chips, Joni. You know, her friends from the restaurant that she worked at from her parents, but her friends here, the people that she has remained friends with, the people that she has gotten referrals from because she is so kind and so nice, and she does a great job at what she does. But then the ability to go back to somebody that she met 20 years ago and touch base with them and have dinner, or an old colleague that's at an old hotel, or, you know, her ability to always, gosh, have a friend wherever she goes, because she just, those connections weren't just customers, those connections were relationships. Those connections became friends, and those friends are what fed her more and more business and kept her going here at the Townsend Hotel, because she always wanted to please those relationships and please those friends and provide them with the best experience of their lives.
Some of my favorite memories of Joni Sams here at the Townsend are just watching her interact with her clients, the guests who come in here, and just how professional and loving she is to everybody. Everybody who comes in here loves Joni. It helps everybody in this hotel. It's helped my business, not to veer off on me, but I mean, everybody who deals with Joni deals with me, and Joni just makes everybody around her look like a superstar.
When you've been at one location for 30 years, she knows all of the ins and outs of the operation. She knows pretty much everyone within the community that we service. So as a new managing director coming into the hotel 6.5 years ago, I've been here 6.5 years, I'm still catching up to her with the little idiosyncrasies of the people that she knows and supports with charitable organizations, weddings, bats and bar mitzvahs. That's probably the most enduring thing about her, is that she's been able to retain all of this knowledge. And I don't really think she's lost a step in the 30 years that she's been here.
Streets looking good, and baby, deep down in your heart, I guess you know that it ain't right. Never, 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 never hear me when I cry. Baby, I cry all the time, but each time I tell myself that I can't stand the pain. But when you hold me in your arms, I'm saying it once again. I said, come on. Come on, come on, come on, yeah, take another little piece of my heart now, baby. Take another little bit of my heart now, yeah. Have another little piece of my heart now, baby. Well, you know you got it, shine if it makes you feel good. I need you to come on, come on, come on,
Joni, to you on your 30th anniversary, oh my God, you have been such a special friend. You have been, I mean, you brought me back to the Townsend Hotel. You always kept in touch. You always kept me updated on what was going on, even after I left. And while I was here, I knew I could always count on you as the greatest concierge of the world while I was working here. And then later in life, as that director of catering that always just had a nice word to say or took time to contact and say, hey, what are you doing out there? Because we need you back at the Townsend Hotel. You are an amazing person. I'm so thankful that I've gotten to meet you, to know you, and I look forward to many, many years of fun times and good stories and more opportunities here at the Townsend Hotel to show them why we're the best here in the Detroit market.
Joni, I would like to congratulate you on 30 wonderful years here at the Townsend Hotel. You're a very special person, and I consider you a special friend. My entire staff loves you. Everybody around here at the hotel loves you, and I hope you can be here another 30 years. Just kidding. We love you.
Joni, I've been here for 6.5 years. I've worked around the world with 5-star hotels. You continue to amaze me. You are the GOAT of the Townsend Hotel, the greatest of all times. But as it relates to the Townsend Hotel, you are certainly one that sets the bar very, very high, is highly respected, is nice and polite to all. Sometimes I don't know how you do it, but I and we all appreciate everything that you do.
Then there's Dean, the greatest bartender of all time. And you know what you have to know about Dean is Dean has been smooth since the day he walked through these doors. Many people might not know that Dean was the most eligible bartender for quite a few years, the most eligible single bartender for quite a few years that brought some guests into the hotel as well. He has an ability to keep his mouth shut no matter what. And that's like a great attribute for a bartender. He's seen so much. He's heard so much. He's watched so much. But if you ever ask him about it, just doing my job, just trying to please the customer, Kitty. And he never wavered. And I think that's what made him so great at the Townsend, because people knew what happened at the Townsend was staying at the Townsend, and it was because of our great bartender, Dean.
I believe Dean Burnett's lasted 30 years here at the Townsend because of his personality and his professionalism. As Kitty mentioned, Dean is the epitome of a bartender. He's the guy. He's the coolest cat in the room. I always go to Dean if I don't know somebody or my staff doesn't know somebody. You can go to Dean, and Dean knows exactly what they do and who they are, and he'll help you out to make that guest experience better than it should be.
You know, one of the nice things is Dean is a very good communicator, and he's willing to share back with us ways that we can improve on. I wish I had 100 Deans in a lot of ways, because he lets us know where we need to make adjustments here and there. Again, he is the epitome of what we look for in a Townsend employee, especially in relation to the Forbes standards, because he is always knows the guest's name, is willing to go above and beyond, and if he can't resolve someone, he seeks assistance to help resolve the guest problem.
Don't you feel it growing day by day? People getting ready for the move. Some are happy, some are sad. Oh, we gotta let the music play. What the people need is a way to make them smile. It ain't so hard to do if you know how.
You know, when you think of a team member at the Townsend Hotel, someone who's willing to go above and beyond to help other team members and to assist guests when needed, Dean, your name always comes into play, and it's always been appreciated by people that you work with and everyone at the Townsend Hotel.
Dean, congratulations on your 30 years here at the Townsend Hotel. I hope that one day that you and I can get together and we can write that book, make that movie, and break our confidentiality agreement. You're the best.
Dean, and thank you for 30 amazing years. You have always been a kind person to work with. I always knew whenever I sent a guest in